All right, guys. I have a confession that I need to make. I was a bad boy. I did something that I should not have done. I purchased a model for the Grot Revolutionary Army Challenge. That's right. My attempt to stay under $20 has been jeopardized by my inability to control my spending habits. That's the bad side. The good side is I only spent $1.25, so it didn't ruin the challenge, but it inched us closer. I went to the dollar store and I bought a toy police car. And I turned it into an Orky vehicle. And I want to show you guys. Look at this. Not bad for $1.25, huh? I'll say. Of course, there's a lot more than $1.25 of stuff glued to this. But the point of the challenge is to use existing stuff, use free stuff you already had. So, $1.25, that's what's getting added to the total here. A lot of these bits are were donated by Tyler, so shout out to him again. Just so generous, awesome guy. So let's go over this absolute madness. So you can kind of see it used to be a police car. You can see a little bit of police sign there. You can see a little bit poking through there. Once it's primed, it'll be gone forever. So there you go, guys. Little secret thing. So the first thing I did is I added grading over the windows, and then put some plastic art around the windows so that once it's painted, I don't have to worry about making glass effects, but also just the grading. It's instead of the glass, it's very Mad Max because glass gets broken, it's hard to maintain, and it obscures the inside. You don't have to put a grot pilot in there or anything like that. Next thing I did was to cover, this is kind of my standard affair here now, is cover the tires with some plastic art and carved out some little grot glyphs. That covers up the little joints and the little plastic, the stuff that makes it look very obviously like a toy. I tried to keep it so that it looks like the door's open, and I even have a little footstool there from the Space Marine land speeder so the grot can climb. And then we had a piece of a ladder that Tyler gave us. So I'm like, hey, scamper up there. So there's actually a way for them to scamper up and kind of go around here. So there's like crew access to the top, and you'll see with the crew in a second. There is crew. All right. So first, really proud of this. In the front, we got the toothy gobbas, two big old tusks, and a big old spinning blade. The round part is, the coin is actually from Necromunda. It's like the turn coin. You can see the skull and the spider web under there. I didn't want that part. I just wanted the cool beaten brass look. And then the metal spikes I had a whole bunch of these metal swords from like 2nd edition Dark Eldar. I was using them, I think I originally got them for bayonets, but I never used them, so I just kind of had them in my bits box. For those of you who don't know, back in the day, and I'm talking like 1990s here, you could order individual bits from Games Workshop. They would have like a catalog, and you'd be like, I want just this one metal bit. And they were actually pretty reasonably priced, believe it or not. They'd be like $1, and so you're like, I want 10 of these. And so you could just order them. And if you did events for Games Workshop and stuff, like if you were a tournament judge or stuff like that, you could even order sprues for fairly inexpensive. So if you guys are wondering why I ended up with a crazy bits box like I do, it's because I used to run tournaments for Games Workshop back in the day. And also I've built a lot of armies for people professionally. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say. It's not like I have a website or anything. Just I've had a lot of people over the years who are like, hey, can you build this army for me? And then they let me keep the leftover bits. So, all right. So this is going to be, this one is is this the Boomdaka Snazwagon? It's the one with the flamer. So put a big old nice honking flamer here on the top with fuel tanks, gobbered it up. And then this wonderful, wonderful assault cannon here that I dinged up, and I thought it would be fun to put a lever on it, like to fire it. And here's where the first crewman comes in. So we have this little grot. I think he's like trying to catch the football from Blood Bowl. And so what I did is I put the lever in a situation that he's like reaching out and kind of holding onto the lever for dear life. You know, like they've hit the gas, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fall." So that's where he's gonna be. Obviously, I can't put him there right now because he just falls over like that. But that's where he will be when we're all done. And then we have this very angry guy right here. He's actually made from extra bits. He's made from like 2 torso halves that don't match and a head that doesn't match. And so you can see I made a little fur cloak there to kind of cover up the seam, the fact that he doesn't fit. He is going to go right here at the front. He does kind of stand. If you let him, he'll kind of be there looking things over, being all intimidating and angry there. And then over here, we've got this weird little mushroom guy from the Blood Bowl Snotlings team. I think he's supposed to be like the coach, but he's a fungus, and he's a Games Workshop fungus. And he's got a tush. He's got a little tush there. Don't look at the tush. Going to demonetize me, which is a funny thing to say because I'm not monetized. So he is going to go right here. I'll paint him up in orc skin colors. He'll just be, I don't know, some sort of weird squig. He'll kind of sit there. And then we've got 2 others. We've got the grot throwing a squig grenade. He's gonna go like right here. So I built like a little howdah there, a little protection thing, and then here in this corner, we've got this little wizard guy. His finger was broken off. He's pointing. He's supposed to be pointing, but his finger was broken off. So I'm like, oh man, the finger's too small to resculpt. So I'm like, well, without the finger, it looks like he has a fist. So I put a pistol on him, which is good because the data card for the model actually has a grot pistol. So got to put a pistol on there somewhere. He's just gonna hang out right here in this corner, and then he's gonna fall off, and he's gonna get run over. So we're gonna have five snotlings here up on top, and that's one of the things I love about it, is you just cover them with snotlings. A lot of cool gubbins here on the engine. I think that's a Votan bit. I put a little targeting reticle there, right underneath the assault cannon. The idea is that it's operated partially, or at least aimed from down there. We got little smoke launchers, little thing. I think that's from the impulsor, I want to say. I have no idea what this bit right here is. This is a Z-shaped bit, but it was really cool, and so I threw it on there and added a fuel tank that just fit perfectly. The toe is just linked right in there. That right there, remember when I chopped up those those dreadnought legs? Well, I had the center of the hip, the bit left, so I'm like, I'll just put that in there so it doesn't go to waste. No idea what that's from, but it's cool. And then there's actually, it's kind of hard to see, but there's actually a robot arm that's attached to the spinning blade that goes back and attaches to the undercarriage, so that it actually has it is connected in a way where you can imagine it going in and out, and it's got engine mechanism for spinning it. And gosh, I love this blade so much. I think it just looks so just devastatingly just orky. Just like, can you imagine getting rammed by this thing as it's spinning? Just oh, so cool. So I use and then we had, I think that's another impulsor bit there. We got like a little armor bit here. Here in the back, got to cut those jerry cans. Remember that I was so excited about the jerry cans. Got to put them there because that's like the Jeep space. A couple little tow hooks, and then we've got, this is a very old bit. This is a metal bit right here. You can see because where I've carved the bullet holes, drilled the bullet holes. You can see the metal has been. This is from the 3rd edition Blood Angels Land Raider that had all of the bolt guns on it. It's a great bit. So that one right there. Got a little aerial right there, and then a couple more armor pieces there. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to build, a lot of fun. And My daughter was looking at it, my teenager, and she's like, "Man, it doesn't even look like a dollar store toy." And I was like, "Sweet, that's like the best. That's the best compliment I can possibly get is that this $1.25 vehicle looks like a real Games Workshop vehicle at this point. And I think once it's painted up, people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get that? Is that 3D printed? It must be a 3D print. Where's the STL file?" People are just going to go nuts. And so I want to make this little video so I can prove this was not. Man, I love those tusks on the front. That's so deliciously orky. Big old tusks. And another reason why I put all the gubbins here is because I really like in Back to the Future Part 3 where they have just that makeshift circuit board using 1950s parts that they strap to the front of the hood of the DeLorean, exposed to the sand and the rocks and the sun and everything. It's like, oh, great, those glass tubes are really going to survive going 80 miles an hour, as rocks are getting kicked up on it and stuff. But it looks good, and that's the point. So that's all. So I was kind of channeling some of that that kind of visual style in this, like just all these engine gubbins up on the front. So yeah, I'm really, really proud of this, guys. I think it turned out so well. This is honestly one of my favorite builds that I've ever done, and I can't wait to paint it. In fact, I brought it out here to spray it, but I'm like, you know what? Before I spray it, I better make a video and talk for 2 minutes about it. And now I'm sitting here looking at my timer, and it's like almost 12 minutes. And I'm like, wow, I do not have the ability to just succinctly and quickly talk about a model. I just go off on tangents. I just drone on and on, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just droning on and on instead of ending the video. It is hard. You can you'll see it better once it's painted, but I have chipped and drilled into the toy to give it that wear and tear damage, but it is much harder to chip and drill into this cheapo plastic than it is like the proper plastic card, and the Games Workshop plastic is actually really, really easy to chip. It works. It's really workable. So you have to be, and it's really thin, so you have to be really careful, or you will just drill through the whole darn thing. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is my confessional. I sinned. I bought a model for $1.25, and you know what? That is a good purchase. $1.25 for that. I got a good deal here. I approve of that price. Talk to you guys later.